Hey everybody, this is Gagok7. Welcome back to more Pokemon Stadium. In this episode, we're going to be taking on the Cinnabar gym with its gym leader Blaine. But before we start, I have two things to cover. First of all, my nose is a little bit stuffed, so I may sound a little bit like I have a cold or I'm sick, but don't worry, I'm fine. And secondly, I want to do a fail cam. Once again, in the previous episode, I accidentally called a grass-type move a physical move. Unfortunately, a grass-type move is special. I'm getting real tired of myself from doing this. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go into this. So in today's episode, I won't be discussing an in-depth Pokemon mechanic, because in today's episode, I just want to have a little bit more laid-back commentary and just talk a little bit about my good memories with Pokemon. Something a little bit different, hope you all enjoy. But let's choose our Pokemon for today. Alright, so because this is a fire-type gym, at least the gym leader uses them, we want very strong, high special, high HP water-type Pokemon. And I've chosen Seadra, Lapras, and Vaporeon. We're going to need them. Next up, we want a Psychic-type Pokemon, or a Pokemon that knows the move Psychic. And for today, for that, I have chosen Kadabra and Haunter. And last up, we want an Electric-type Pokemon that is really strong and preferably also is a Flying-type Pokemon. And you guessed it, we want Zapdos for today. And this is going to be the team we use for today. Alright, and so we have our final team chosen. Alright, for this first battle, we want Kadabra, Haunter, and Zapdos. This full team is about using focus energy. And before I get into the commentary of today, let's do the summary of today, which is about Blastoise. Alright, let's go. Alright, summary of Blastoise, who's a water-type Pokemon with the most Hydro Pump, Bite, Withdraw, and Strength. It base stats are HP 78, Attack 83, Defense 100, Special 85, and Speed 78. In future generations, it'll have a special attack of 85 and a special defense of 105. Its recommended moveset is Surf, Blizzard, Body Slam, and Mimic. Optionally, you can use Counter, Hydro Pump, Fissure, Ice Beam, Reflect, Rest, Seismic Toss, Substitute, Toxic, or Withdrawal. You can see that in Generation 1 competitively, it is recommended for Blastoise to have Mimic. This is purely for Starmie that can have Thunder or Thunderbolt. If it misses or Blastoise survives the hit, it can do the same move back to it, but you're only supposed to use it if there's really no other option. The nice thing about Blastoise is that he is in fact the strongest starter Pokemon of Generation 1. Unfortunately, he's not very competitive in any generation. Even with his Mega Evolution, he is still in the underused tier. Might be because of his low base speed of 78. I personally heard he's most fit for triple battles nowadays, but back to it being the best starter. The thing is that Charizard was Fire Flying type Pokemon, but Fire type was not resistant to Ice type back in the first generation, so Charizard was weak to both Water and Ice type moves such as Surf and Ice Beam. Venusaur is weak to Ice type, but Venusaur also has the move Razor Leaf, Solar Beam, Sleep Powder, and Mega Drain. Unfortunately not Giga Drain. However, Venusaur does have slightly higher speed than Blastoise. I personally don't know if Venusaur's critical hit Razor Leaf can one-hit KO Blastoise. I really don't think it will because of its low attack power of Razor Leaf. But I'm pretty sure a critical hit Blizzard from Blastoise does one-hit KO a Venusaur. But the point is that Blastoise has moves to beat both the other starters while Venusaur and Charizard don't. In the main story, Squirtle is the second best starter to use in the first gym, the second best starter to use in the second gym, and the best starter to use in the 7th and 8th gym. Alright, the summary of Blastoise should now be over. So for today's commentary, I just want to talk about some memories of myself with Pokemon. And the thing with memories is that they start when you are around 4 years old, and this is an important part about memories that I want to talk about. So, before that, there's almost no memories of yourself. While I myself do have exceptional memory, Not even I can remember things before I was around 4 years old. And from that point in my life, like about my memories, Pokemon was already there for me. And I understood the basic concepts of Pokemon at that point in time. So there's like no time in my that I can remember that Pokemon wasn't there for me. Alright, let's continue in the next battle. Alright, this is a very dangerous battle. We want Kadabra, Haunter, and Zapdos. Alright, let's go. Haunter may not seem like the best choice in this situation, but trust me, I'm gonna make this work. Let's see, what do we do? We wanna Thunder Wave him to get him paralyzed. For some reason we're faster than it, but we wanna prevent it from doing moves as much as possible. Alright, now we want to switch to Zapdos during this move, I think. This Alakazam does not have Psychic, so it won't do the maximum amount of damage possible to us. Alright, Slowbro, this is a very advantageous matchup for us. If Thunder hits, it could be a one-hit KO. Very nice, Zapdos. I'm proud of you. Okay, so there was no real introduction to Pokemon that I can remember. I mean, there was a day that I was introduced to it, and that day probably came from my cousins introducing me and my brother to Pokemon. From when my memories start, Pokemon was already there, and I already understood. The basics of, you know, walking, going into grass, things like encountering Pokemon or walking in front of trainers to get an encounter. So I knew things about that. I knew that you could see how strong a Pokemon was by looking at their level. And I could associate some types to some Pokemon. Oh wow, are you serious, man? Come on. Okay. We have one more chance to do this, Zapdos. Did I already say I could associate some Pokemon with being some types? And if you defeat enough Pokemon, you could level up your Pokemon. Like, all those things, I already understood them. And I can't possibly pinpoint the time in my memories when I was introduced to Pokemon. It was all just self-explanatory to me. But the first actual Pokemon game that me and my brother owned, like, not that we played, that we owned, was, you guessed it, Pokemon Stadium. That's why it's really one of my favorites. And it was so cool seeing those 2D sprites. You know, being animated in 3D models. And my cousins were also excited for this game because they could transfer their, you know, their strong Mewtwo to our game, so we could make Pokemon Stadium a little bit easier. But I think the first Pokemon game that we played was Red, Blue, and Yellow because my cousins owned them. They owned Pokemon before us, as you can already make up from the story, probably. And I loved Pokemon, really, for its challenge. If you didn't own Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, it was particularly challenging because you couldn't, you know, transfer your Pokemon to the game. And because of that, specifically the Petite Cup, the Peak Cup, and the Poke Cup that require lower level Pokemon than 100, which my cousins did not have. So because they couldn't transfer their strong low level Pokemon, I couldn't make those cups easier for ourselves. So I had to do it with rental Pokemon only. So Petite Cup, Poke Cup, and Peak Cup, I did them without transferring Pokemon, which is pretty cool. Alright, this battle is particularly dangerous because half of his team knows self-destruct, and the other half of his team knows explosion. So because of that, we really want Haunter's Ghost type for this battle. So Kadabra, Haunter, Zapdos. Let's see what we can do. Now, what was really helpful was that my cousins owned strategy guides for Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, and even one for Pokemon Stadium, even though they didn't have that game. Okay, so if you see this Snorlax, you want to Thunder Wave it and switch to Haunter, I think. It's really weird about this battle that actually you want to switch to Zapdos, because then it is going to use things like Headbutt or Explosion. Okay, so hopefully it uses things like Explosion or Self-Destruct. I don't remember which one it is that this Snorlax has. Okay, let's see what he does. Self-Destruct. Alright, that is great. We are now one Pokemon. We have a one Pokemon advantage. So that strategy guide that I was talking about, I borrowed it and I used it to get the Peak Cup, Poke Cup, and the Petite Cup done. Even the strategy guide itself admits that there really is no best team, so it just recommends the Pokemon that in the writer's opinion was the most viable, with even listing some alternatives sometimes. Luckily, Clamp is not a particularly strong move. I forgot that it was a trap move like Fire Spin. So if we switch out those trapping moves like Clamp and Fire Spin stop working. So I didn't always agree to that strategy guide because I was really much more of a fan of 100% accurate move as opposed to 70% like Thunder and Blizzard. I prefer Thunderbolt and Ice Beam, you know. So that was a little bit about my childhood with Pokemon, especially with Pokemon Stadium. It was all really fun, and it's just a little story that I wanted to share with you all in this episode. No complicated in-depth mechanic stuff. Maybe in the next episode, we'll see. Alright, you want to Thunder Wave this Electrode and then just go for the Psychics. Alright, Psychic. I accidentally said Psychic, excuse me. Just continue with the Psybeams until it gets KO'd. And we can move on to the final battle of this gym. Alright, that was a great hit. We still have Haunter and Zapdos, so there's no way we can lose now.
What will the next Pokémon be?
It will be Haunter.
Here's a Pokémon. The remaining
Alright, and that's the final hit of this battle. Let's move on
are making sparks fly.
to the final battle of this gym.
Oh!
Boom!
Oh! Is it down and out?
It is.
And there goes the battle!
Alright, this is the battle for which we have chosen all the water-type Pokemon in our team. So, two particularly dangerous things about this battle is that the Clefable knows Thunderbolt, I believe, and the Kangaskhan and Charizard know Earthquake. Kangaskhan also knows Surf. So, a fully water-type Pokemon might not seem like the best choice, but I'll show you why I chose these Pokemon in particular. And a rock ground-type Pokemon is also not the best choice because of Surf and Earthquake. So most of the time, Blaine starts with his Charizard, and you just want to out-damage it. It usually does Slash when it sees Seadra, or it switches out to one of the normal-type Pokemons like Kangaskhan or Clefable. So in this particular case, it is Clefable, and we just want to Hydro Pump him. Alright. 2 to 3 Hydro Pumps should do it. If we get a good damage roll, it should be KO'd by now. Luckily, we have Pokemon with particularly high special, so it can survive the Thunderbolts much better. Alright, we're paralyzed. We only need to use Swift right now. And then we already are in the advantage. A critical hit. And we're paralyzed. Thank you. They are. Let's see, I don't know Clefable's base speed from the top of my head, but I think it should be slower than a Vaporeon, and not 100% sure. We could have been in the advantage state right now, but I should have used Quick Attack, but luckily Vaporeon is faster than Clefable. Alright, it's now even, with probably 2 Fire Pokemon up next in this team. Alright, Charizard. This is why I also recommend Pokemon with a high defense, because Slash can do quite a bit of damage because of that high critical hit ratio. Luckily, even on Lapras, it won't do that much damage, much less than Surf will do against Charizard. I don't think Quick Attack will KO. I'm not 100% sure though. Let's just keep it safe. Alright, the last Pokemon. Maybe it's Magmar? It's Magmar, alright. Luckily, Magmar doesn't have something like Thunder Punch. It does have Body Slam, which can turn out a little bit dangerous, but we are in the advantage.
What'll it do? Decent hit. How's that?
Alright. This or the next hit should finish it up.
What a furious
I think a quick attack will do it this time. Alright.
quick attack.
That was the final move of this episode.
Finish it down. That's it.
This has been the Cinnabar Gym. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this a little bit late, more laid back commentary. Received the key from Blaine and opened Giovanni's tower. Oh man, we're almost reaching the end of this Let's Play. I feel it coming. But anyway, next time we're going to be taking on the Viridian Gym with its gym leader Giovanni. This has been Cook7. See you guys next time.